So let's give a roster rundown because we managed to skip that while we were. Well, I was waffling. I would say we, but I was waffling. Yeah. So I have no idea how I'm going to pronounce Nidalee name. It is FRWNK. I can see me saying something abusive. Frank.
Frank.
Yeah, I mean, I always get this with Finnish names as well, but which is Hausfrau is a Finnish team. Albis, which is probably completely butchering the pronunciation, is on Rammus. Tundra is on Soraka. That's a nice, easy name. Hunk Sossi is on Zilean, and Msa. Misa. I'm going to on Severe. It's just wow. These names are going to be fun to say when I'm going fast. Nico Dio is going to be on Tryndamere for FragZone. It is going to be Johnny as well on Graves. Aim on Ari. So that's nice, easy names. Two Tiger on Sona and Backland on Maokai in the jungle. So let's have a look around. You can see the pings going down on the mini map. It's pretty straightforward. It is going to be Tryndamere versus Nidalee up the top, as we suspected. It is going to be Zilean versus Ari in the mid. The ping's going down, so I'm guessing it's going to be starting on Wolves for certainly for Hausfrau. It doesn't look like it looks like Maokai's going to start over in Wraiths, and he has that Christmas present, the new Maokai, which is the little Christmas presents that go down. So he's going to clear that out. Nice straightforward. We'll go down towards the blue, which is going to get started off by the bottom lane. And the bottom lane for Hausfrau is having completely a clear run on the two golems. So they're going to be starting with, if actually we can click on them, we can see the experience they get from it. You can see it's just about 2/3 of the level of level 1, which is a big difference really straight away to start with. So we're just going to have to keep our eye on the ganks as well, of course. Now, Nidalee will be pretty weak at the start, as will Tryndamere, so it'll be an interesting one to keep our eye on at the top there, unlike the usual bruiser thing we get going on where nobody can actually die. It's they're actually both pretty weak early game.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Nidalee in particular is going to be looking to exploit before that level 6 in, before he gets his half invincible mode, let's call it, this Tryndamere. Then we are going to see Nidalee putting on a lot of pressure. We saw that in the opening seconds as well, so we'll make sure to keep an eye on there, especially if we see an early gank coming in at the top. That's where things are really going to change from that point of view. Meanwhile, down on the bottom, Sona just getting the ward early on at the ramp, just to counter any early ganks that may come in. It will be Ari versus Zilean in the middle, like we talked about earlier on. Actually, Maokai has finished his bottom side jungle now. He's back up towards the golems will be his next choice. As we do see pings down on bottom. I guess they were just pointing out that there's a ward in this bottom side bush. Again, we mentioned this on Tuesday night. Very kind of personal thing, a personal choice from the supports as to where they like to have those wards in that little in that bottom bush to get that extra bit of vision. And I'm still sticking to this top lane because I feel like with that Nidalee spear, things could change it. We are going to see bottom going low. It is Johnny down there who will back away to a little bit of safety. Masar also fairly low in amongst things as well, so we'll keep our eyes on that one.
And I should mention, actually, you can see Albis, because moved in on Rammus. Actually, Soraka Tundra moved in, put the pink ward down on the river, and cleared out their ward straight away. So Rammus is actually managing to sneak in there at the moment. You may see him having a gank attempt, but unfortunately, bottom lane has pushed a little bit too far, trying to get that kill on Johnny, and it's not really led an opportunity for Rammus. So Rammus has had to back off, which is a bit of a shame. So kind of like against each other, they set it up really well, but unfortunately they've done so much damage that FragZone felt the need to just back off. And you can see Misa's just trying to line up it's boomerang blade, isn't it? The one I'm after. That's the word I'm looking for. The boomerang blade to scythe it through. Good little poke from 2 times. Does get that boomerang blade across him. It was Johnny really they were aiming for. Ping goes up the top there. Not too sure what for. And it is going to be Rammus coming in for a gank, I believe. Which is so we'll keep our eye on that one at the moment. He's just in base buying. And Rammus, you can see spinning up. Has bought himself some armour and boots. And of course, don't forget we're on the Christmas present still as well. So we got Phoenix buns instead of health pots. Which is
no, this is for the new for the Lunar.
Oh, of course it is. Yes, the Lunar thing. Yeah.
Law, which is League of Legends lore, which I'm not particularly interested in. I'm not going to lie about that one, but we get some buns and some dumplings instead of health and mana pots, which is always I guess, different to see, at least from that one. And in the meantime, though, Maokai is coming in for a go on Nidalee, as we will see Frank being slowed in there. Actually, will use his flash to try and evade this one, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to get away. Exhaust does go down, and Frank is going to get back onto his turret in time. Quick look at bottom, nothing going on there. Rammus was a little bit slow to come in as well. Did have that red buff from earlier on. And Maokai, is he going to go back, or is he just going to wait here for Nidalee to come back? Which, looking like she won't do, actually. He's just gone back home. Does have Ninja Tabby, plus a couple of health pots picked up there as well.
Yeah, and of course we should note
the longsword.
Ninja Tabby is different these days as well. It says it has 12% dodge still on the tooltip, which it doesn't really, because it does,
but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So it's one of those things, but it has the armor on there, which is what he's picking it up against Tryndamere, who is slowly starting to get his CS up, and it's one of those worries. You know, you really need to try to prevent him from doing anything. It's going to be very hard as the levels sort of go up, especially as soon as he gets to 6, which he's very nearly about to do any second now. Looking back down the bottom, you can see Misa's trying to split off Johnny here again. He's going to put the pressure down towards 2Tiger though, and uses his spell shield. Doesn't actually get anything on him though. He was hoping that 2Tiger used one of those swings. Mean in the middle though, they're going to dive on. It is Maokai managed to get in there. They have got enough damage. Surely he will go down. Does manage to get his ulti off. I'm not too sure whether he's going to be able to get away. We'll try to flashes away. Very nicely done. And forces them in. Meanwhile, I pull away and 2 times goes down the bottom there. So Sona does go down during the gank in middle. We were pulled away from that one, Joe. I don't know if you were looking.
I just managed to get there. I saw him pushing a little bit down at the bottom, so managed to sneak in for that first blood.
Yeah, and it's been coming. They've been working away on 2 times and 2Tiger, I should say, not 2 times. 2Tiger, get his name right. And they've been picking away, trying to work the opening, and obviously they finally got it this time. And unfortunately, though, it was severe. Actually, did get it. Sorry, I was looking at Nidalee's profile for some reason. It was. So that's all going to work out well. Meanwhile, looking at Nidalee's profile, he has a little poke on towards Nico D, but of course he has hit 6. He does get those critical heals sort of building up from the critical hits, so he's not going to have too many problems. Johnny also being pushed again down the bottom there, Joe. So things starting to open up here for Hausfrau. They have pulled 1k ahead in gold. That's mainly coming from that 1 kill opening and the minutest of CS leads they have across the board.
Yeah, really minute at the moment. Nico up at the top is actually pretty low. He is 6 though now, so does have that safety net in you if you like. But I'd expect that Maokai will be up there pretty shortly to try and give him some cover there. Obviously, he's trying to heal like mad as well to keep himself safe. Actually getting pings here from the blue team. Just trying to point out the aim from the middle. Azari, of course, has come down there. He's going to ping down towards this bottom, but as you can see, Hausfrau already expected that one, and they've backed away just a little bit from that lane. It was already pushed from their point of view as well, so not really losing out on anything that's happening up there. In the meantime, up at top, Frank continues to hammer away on Tryndamere, but not really having much success with that. And again, we are going to see some aggression from Masa, who actually will pop his ulti there. Let's see if he manages to land that final shot. Flash comes with the heal at the same time, and we will see him staying safe. However, that flash is burned, and that could open it up to a few more ganks in the near future from Maokai.
Yeah, very nicely done.
From Rammus.
Got a crit hit as well just at the end there. So, and Misa on severe, sat on 2,300 gold at the moment, which Graves has just gone back, and well, he's about 700 gold ahead of Graves at the moment in total gold earned. And Nidalee at the moment doing a great job at the top of keeping Tryndamere away from the C-offs. Obviously going to hope to try and push the issue so the tower can get that CS, which he did actually get one of them there. Nico just having a few little issues. Nothing too worried about though. And continuing to get the hits on. And really all he's doing, he's quite happy to just sit on that turret and farm it up. Looking towards Maokai in the mid. Maokai did pick up the blue, by the way, earlier on. Didn't give it to Ari. And Maokai is one of those that benefits quite heavily from having that blue buff in the jungle. Meanwhile, you can see that Zilean has that blue buff on him. And Ari continuing to try to pressure. 75 CS to 69, so slightest of advantages to Zilean. Like I said, across the map, it's pretty much a slight advantage. They're going to dive in towards Zilean. Zilean's just going to back away from that one. He does have that speed boost, obviously, to get away from it. And that was just what I was saying with Ari there. You literally have to scroll to keep up with him because he's going so fast. I like to try and keep the camera as still as possible, but unfortunately you do have to zip around the map now and again. And looking back up towards the top, Nidalee is going to go back and buy, so what's he going to come out with? He's got 1300 gold on him, completes that Wriggles Lantern, and gets a couple more dumplings and buns for the pleasure. I'm not going to get used to dumplings and buns. I'm not too sure whether they're going to stay with us when we get to Kiev, Joe.
I hope not. Always throws a spanner in the works when they decide to change them, like at Christmas as well. And we did see Maokai just come for a little bit of a peek down towards this bottom lane. However, there was a ward there. No problem's going to come in. Actually, Massa is going to try and put a bit of pressure out. They need to be careful. Backland is double buffed at the moment. We'll make him strong, as we did see Tryndamere also go back in that top lane. Has picked up himself the Vampiric Scepter. Plus, earlier on, the longsword, plus that cloth armor that he's got as well. And he'll be back in lane before Nidalee even manages to push this turret too hard. Anyway, in the middle, very, very even. Despite that one time that we've seen almost a kill coming in, Hunk Sosi having to use the ulti to keep himself alive. He, has not faced too much pressure, I'd say. The ganks have not really worked out from Maokai in that middle area, and that's a promising sign from Hausfrau early on in this one. They certainly don't want to let Ari have too much fun in that middle area. Meanwhile, down at bottom, they continue to pressure Graves, and that's exactly what you've got to do. Graves Sona, very, very strong lane for me, but Soraka Sivir at the minute is going well for Hausfrau.
It is, and Ramos just spotted that ward going down. He was actually on the Wraiths just as Ari went across them. I thought he may be going to push for him, but he didn't actually look towards the Wraith to see whether he was there. So Ari's continuing to farm. Maokai's sneaking in towards the top there at the moment, but there is a ward down, so he's going to get spotted straight away. Nidalee hasn't really reacted to it, though. Instead, tried to get the kill on Nico there, trying to make him burn up his ulti. I'm not too sure if he's going to get away from this one. The ulti has been used now, which is why he's trying to get that kill. Ulti from Maokai, though, in the meantime, and you can see Zilean coming in, going to try and support him. Tried to get that spear off, was never going to get through that wave of minions coming in, and they will all back away from this one. Ari now coming up river, but I don't think he's going to be able to get anything from it. We do have a little dash around. Ramos also coming up in support, so the pressure's going to stay on here. Meanwhile, down the bottom, I can see just caught a glimpse of Johnny having to dash away, just about missing the boomerang blade there. Back towards the top, they are going to put a lot of pressure down on this one. There we go. Ramos pops his ulti. This tower will be the first to go down, and it will be Zilean that picks up the credit for doing so. But very nicely played there. Good bit of teamwork, good bit of support. And Nidalee didn't panic when he was caught in a 2v1 situation. Instead, called for help. The rest of the team managed to react very quickly, Joe. But immediately it's looking like FragZone are going to react and go straight down towards Dragon.
Yeah, they could certainly set up for it right now. Nidalee obviously not really moving at the moment down towards that area. She doesn't have teleport either. Flash exhaust on Nidalee is what she's gone with those summoner spells. And here we see this Dragon Intent coming in. First one for FragZone. However, Hausfrau know about it. The problem is that Tundra could be in a little bit of trouble. We see the ulti popping out there for Ari. Is he going to continue to pile that pressure on? No, not really. Johnny was there as well. And that is, a free dragon by all means. So that brings them back to just around about 2k behind at the moment, FragZone. Obviously after losing the First Blood plus that top turret. But in terms of kills, again, we've seen plenty of times when players have been low. Zilean obviously managing to get himself back alive with the use of that ulti. However, the kill count remains very, very low for a 15 minutes almost game.
Yeah, Sona Severe, hitting into farm mode. Has got that BF sword, got 1500 gold in him, so I guess he's going to turn that possibly into a Bloodthirster now. We'll soon see when he goes back. Yep, there we go. Bloodthirster together with those Berserker Greaves to just starting to use that Boomerang Blade to actually wipe out the entire wave. So he's quite well fed compared to Graves. He's a good 25 ahead of him now. Obviously has that kill as well. So the gold difference starting to tell. Graves now just picking up his BF sword, so he's just returned, but you can see already there's an 800 gold difference between the two. So it's slowly starting to stretch. Blue just been given back to Zilean. Meanwhile, Ari also has blue. Got pings down on Tryndamere in the river at the moment. I think Nidalee will have a little poke on him. But I think he'll walk away from that one. Will eat a spear in the back. And Nidalee actually is slowly building up the damage. He's getting more of an AD though than an AP at the moment. Looking back down the bottom, you can see Maokai had come down there. There's 3 stacked down the bottom, but really, I don't think they're going to put too much pressure on, because I don't think Severe's going to have too many problems clearing that wave. Yeah, you can see immediately just clears that wave and pushes it back straight onto him. So Johnny's actually having a little problem keeping up with the damage in the waves that Mercer's doing, and again catching 2Tiger with a double bounce of that boomerang blade. Of course, he's always going to come straight back. Looking back towards the top as well. You can see Tryndamere getting a bit of pressure on him. He's going to walk away from that one. Does use his heal, but hasn't really got that much on it. I was about to say, if that spear lands, he's going to have to maybe force an ulti. We do have a 3v3 down the bottom, Jeb. We're going to have to keep an eye on both top, mid, and bottom at the moment.
Yeah, lots of action at this point. As I mentioned, low-scoring game, but certainly not down on action, as Hausfrau at the moment do have that Rammus down in the bottom lane for a little bit of support. Frank really trying desperately to land that spear, which is not quite connecting for him at the moment. There's actually a ping gone up there from Nikod, I guess, just to try and get this one all sorted out. He does have his ulti available, so obviously wouldn't go down straight away. Ari is starting to move in here. They want to figure out exactly where Nidalee is in and amongst all that, and here comes Ari going to go dancing. Actually missed the charm there as well, but this is surely a dead Nidalee. Yes, it will be. The kill goes to Nikod as well. Let's switch quickly down to bottom. Nothing quite happening up there, but that is 1-1, and that is a good kill for that Tryndamere up at top.
Yeah, and Rammus was trying to sneak his way in there, but as you can see, he was just stood on top of that ward, so the minions actually went towards him, which is kind of like the big telling point. It's like, oh, okay, there must be a ward side there. Oh, again, a boomerang blade goes straight through them. And he's really doing a great job. And Backlund actually used his flash there. Someone has flashed to try and get in and get this kill. I'm not too sure whether they're going to be able to get it on Misa. Misa's not used her ulti yet. Doesn't have it. Sona ulti comes across. Missed terribly. Now she pops her ulti. Just waiting for that time. Very ballsy move. Goes for Johnny. Does get the stun. Will get the taunt. You can see Backlund trying his best to help out. Will flash through. Kill goes down on Johnny. 2Tigers surely going to follow. No, he won't. He's going to get away with it. Backlund will go down though if he manages to get the damage turn around on him. The banana goes in. One last shot from Beta. No, 2Tiger comes back and tries to help out, but that will be Backlund going down. Meanwhile, Humsey is going to come round. Will get a kill surely if he can manage to speed up onto 2Tiger. Going for Ari instead. Now spotted it onto 2Tiger. Oh, and a flash is there from Hausfrau. Albis manages to get the kill. Aim now the last one. That will be the ace, and that was really, really well played by Hausfrau, and that has just turned the game straight up in the favour of Hausfrau. They were looking close to pulling it ahead, but that has just put them massively ahead, and really that was all a 4v5, albeit very sprawled out 5, and that's just not the way to do it by FragZone. They were doing it, and they had the numbers, but you know, surely they'd have realised when Severe was running away, hadn't popped that ulti. It's kind of like something in the back of your head's going, hang on a minute, why is she not using the ulti to escape here? Maybe something's coming. But Joe, that was really well played out, and it worked out so well in their favour. Let's just have a quick look at the gold as well. And you can see there's a couple of 2,400 gold sitting on, 2,000 gold on Zillion as well. So they're all going to be buying items here. You can see that the needlessly large rod comes out on the pick coming out along with that Zeal. So instead of going for the Phantom Dancer, could be there and just building it up. Meanwhile, at the top as well, there's a bit of a fight going on again, Joe.
Yeah, and you know, that was a real, someone said it in chat, that was a big revenge kill for Nidalee going down to Tryndamere, taking the ace right from that. We didn't unfortunately see anything from the battle up at top because we were focusing on that big fight down on bottom, but now Nidalee could be the one in trouble. Backlund is coming in for the gank. Ari is moving in as well. She's going to go Tribus side and try and keep a hold of this one. Nikod's ulti is up as well. I can't see Nidalee getting away from this one, especially now as Ari comes in there. Nikod is going to go very low. Nidalee is still alive. Well, that kill will come in. It goes to Backlund, the jungler. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, I'm going to switch there quickly because Johnny's coming under pressure from Masar once again. Won't be a kill there, and we can see that Hausfrau are actually putting that pressure in on the middle as well. They've got Rammus there. They unfortunately don't have anything to tank this turret at the moment, which is going to be a slight problem. They only took one hit each, though, but they have to be careful for the counter push here. Ari was starting to work her way down to that one, but I think we may set up. The dragon is available right now. There are 4 guys all around there. Obviously, Nidalee was the one that went down at the top. Well, let's see. Blue will go over to Masar for that one. And actually, FragZone saying that we have a ping, a guy with 1,000 ping, and Frank saying me too. So I guess I don't know what's really wrong there, but obviously a couple of guys having issues. We are going to see Dragon started off here by FragZone. What are Hausfrau going to do about this one? The bomb's going in there. We will see the Dragon actually being picked up for FragZone as they start their attack. They're focusing in onto Albis. Big heal coming off there for 2Tiger, who gets his ulti across, but it wasn't all that effective. And now Hausfrau are going to look to finish this one off. Albis going low. It won't matter, though. He is saved as Backlund now the focus of attention for Hausfrau. Is Backlund going to get away from this one? Exhaust goes in. Boomerang Blade. It's actually Frank that finishes things off. And we saw Hunk Sosi chasing up towards Ari in and amongst all that, but 3 kills. Really, really great fight once again, and we saw such low HP from Rammus, still managed to escape from things. And the kills, you know, if we look down the scoreboard, 4-0-4 to Sivir compared to 0-2-0 on Graves, and that tells a big, big story for the future of this game. So we will see now Hausfrau trying to have this middle turret down, and that will work out. In fact, Nikod could be in trouble if he stays there. He decides wisely to back away from that. He would have 3 against him, but they're going to continue to try and push in there. Will spin his way to freedom, actually dodging the spear very nicely as well from that one, predicted it perfectly. But it brings us to a 9-2 scoreline. The jungle being stolen away on the way out as well by Hausfrau. Ooh, Tundra, is he going to get away? Yes, he is. Yeah, no problem with that blue pill to get back home. As we see the pings actually coming down, I think that FragZone want to go somewhat on the counter-attack from this one. Hunk Sosi actually will be caught up and slowed by Nikod. He actually stays in there. Rammus is going to come in. Here comes Nidalee as well, and Nikod, well, he's going to have to try and run away. Does have his ulti up, but surely not going to survive from this one. Ulti came over from Graves in the midst of everything as well. Tryndamere is still alive, not for long though, but are they going to finish this one off? There is a lot of damage coming out from Johnny at the back there. Finally, they're going to focus in with Rammus. Backlund will fall. Finally, Graves is taken down at the back there, and we also have the Powerball up already for Albis, who's going to try and get himself in there onto Ari, which he does manage. Is he going to go down? No, the heal came in at the last minute as well, and again, all 5 men going down. Hausfrau going to go for a 22-minute Baron.
Yeah, perfect play there. And Sivir, we thought it'd been caught out. You can see the 4 coming in behind her. Actually had to flash through, but Zilean immediately ulted straight on her. There was the target, went straight down, and it's just like, oh no, she's back straight away. And it just worked out very well. And of course, Rammus's ulti popped in amongst all of them, managing to rupture straight on everybody there, and really very, very well executed by Hausfrau there. And I actually thought they were maybe going to go, okay, we're going to back them away, let's try and steal Baron. And instead they tried to go for the kills. And Tryndamere, I don't know whether it was Nico that was the leading the charge there. It certainly seemed to be. It's like, right, okay, I'm going to let them blow everything on me and maybe get the kills. But it's just not worked out for FragZone today. And Hausfrau have come out on top of 3 team fights, absolutely perfectly executed. And that has just swung the gold in 10k in their favour. 14-2 the kills, 4-1 in towers. Now with the Baron, it is surely not going to be any looking back. I had to just look at what the hell that item was. It's red ginseng tea, of course, on Nidalee, which is so obvious. so some strange items which we get with this lunar month, or I'm not sure what it was. It was a lunar something, like you say. It was something with the lore. I had to actually
something with the moon.
I had to double take. I was like, is it some Chinese thing? Is it a thing? No, it's actually part of the LOL lore, which someone somewhere gets paid to write. So don't need to belittle their job. So
Lunar Revel, it's called.
Lunar Revel. Thank you very much, whoever managed to discover that for you. So Trinity Force now on Nidalee, and like I mentioned, it's going for that AD sort of build. It is perfectly viable, and as is proving 4-2-3 against the Tryndamere, who's 1-2-1, it is proving it very well. And well, 6-0-7 for Sivir, 9,800 gold compared to Graves' just shy of 6,000. That's a big difference, as we said the other day with Vayne. Once you get about 4k behind the 2 AD carries, it is horrible with that Infinity Edge and Bloodthirster, and the Zeal as well will build up towards the Phantom Dancer, no doubt. Looks like Nidalee will take the top turret down as well while they completely delay them here. So while they're pushing the pressure on this mid turret and actually taking down halfway already, you can see Nidalee now on that top turret as well. So Nico now going to come down and have to deal with it. He's actually going to try and dive on towards the mid here. So we're going to see Nidalee going to rotate down. Let's have a look down towards the mid. They have managed to catch out Tundra very nicely, and amongst all that, Nico will back away from that one. So they managed to pick up a couple of kills. Now Severe has popped the ulti. That's going to be one for them. Aim will go down on Ari. Nico surely going to follow. Yes, he will. Popped straight away. Graves goes down as well. Fast kill action. And that was an instant reply from Hausfrau there. They almost got caught out, and you see the ulti also used on Rammus in amongst all that. But that is going to be the inhibitor and possibly the top inhibitor as well, because you can see that tower already down. Backlund is going to come back. The rest of the team will come in, and that is GG with a surrender vote. And Hausfrau go through to the next round. And you know, they're talking about the internet connections and everything, but Hausfrau really performed very well. They executed their fights. Every time there was a team fight, they just executed it so well. Perfect. Well, 14 fights, I guess you could say, because that last one as well. So they just came out very well, and it wasn't just a 2-1 or something like that. They were coming out 4-0, 5-0 ahead on each team fight. Very well played.
Yeah, and you know, you say it doesn't matter about the internet. If we cast our minds back to that first team fight, which was down at the bottom, we saw the ultimate from Sona missing the whole team. Apparently was the support for FZ, for FragZone, obviously 2Tiger that had some internet problems. But still, you know, you can discuss that all day. That is the problem with internet, but that's how it is. And a really great performance from Hausfrau. Anyway, here's a quick look down the scoreboard. After that one, Tundra on Soraka, 0-1-13. Solid stuff from her, or him. Albis on Rammus, 4-0-7. Fraunk on Nidalee, 6-2-4. Zillion, 0-0-8. You know, he kept himself alive, didn't give Ari really anything to work with in amongst that one. And, you know, when you get to that late game, Zillion, it's all about doing as much damage as you can and then keeping the rest of your team alive, the ones that are going low. And Sivir, real big difference maker in this game as well, 7-0-9. For FragZone, Nikon on Tryndamere, 1-3-2. Johnny on Graves, 0-4-1. Pretty much no impact on that game at all. Aim on Ari, 1-3-2. 2Tiger on Sona, 0-4-1. And Backlund on Maokai, 1-3-1. So we will be moving over here to the next game, which means I have to shuffle a little bit over towards this one to have a look at the bracket, see if we've got any updated scores in and amongst everything. And currently we don't, because I guess since we've focused on the top side of the bracket, what we usually do is go down onto the bottom side of the bracket for that one as well, and check that out. So if you have a look here, Guru versus Next is the game that's going on, I assume still at the moment. Virus and Vital did already, well, not quite play their game, because Vital, of course, split up and don't actually play together anymore. So the Finnish side are through. The Finnish team, Hausfrau, are through up at the top. So we wait for XGBT and Titty Twister to finish their game up in that top side. But once we've made a concrete decision and everything is final, of course, we will be coming back to you with the second game of tonight. From the semi-final, one team will be just one win away from, of course, picking or having the chance to play that best-of-3 final for €500. Once again, I'm going to apologize for the super bright overview camera, because I know a lot of you will have joined the stream during that last game. But as soon as we are ready to go with match number 2, we will be back here on ESL TV for the Go4LoL monthly final for December for EU East and Nordic.